They're sweet, natural, and full of minerals, but are dates really healthier than regular sugar, or are they just as harmful? Today I'll explain how to properly incorporate them into your diet and what you should pay attention to in order to really do something good for your body. Honestly, I'm not a fan of dates, but that doesn't mean anything. There are so many people who like dates, actually most people do. I also asked around here, and actually everyone likes them, but there's one person who says they don't tolerate them very well. I think I'm the only one who doesn't really like them, but that doesn't matter. And because so many people like them, I'm making a video about it now. Also because we know a lot about them. Because, for example, in Ayurvedic nutrition, they have been highly valued for centuries as a natural sweetener, an energy booster, and even as a remedy. And that's not without reason. Because if we look at the nutrients, dates actually contain some remarkable things, namely a lot of potassium, magnesium, iron, zinc, and a good amount of B vitamins. And on top of that, there are all the dietary fibers and plant compounds which have antioxidant effects, and that's what makes the difference. They are clearly different from refined sugar, which is nutritionally empty. Empty calories without any benefit, but with a lot of harm if you use a lot of it. But dates still mostly consist of sugar, especially fructose and glucose. And when you dry them, the sugar content quickly rises to over 60%, and that's quite a lot. And this is exactly where the confusion begins. Because yes, dates provide sugar, but in combination with fiber, minerals, and bioactive substances. And this combination causes the sugar to enter the blood more slowly. The blood sugar level doesn't rise as rapidly as it does with white sugar. And of course, you also feel full more quickly because of that. And I find it especially interesting to look at the effects in the body, because studies show that dates can have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. They contain substances that neutralize free radicals, and that also means they provide us with protection against cell damage. Digestion also benefits from this, because the fiber they contain feeds the healthy gut bacteria, and they also improve gut motility, meaning movement. And they can even lower cholesterol levels. And another interesting topic is sleep. Dates contain tryptophan. That's an amino acid that is converted in the body into serotonin and later into melatonin, so into our sleep hormone. So if you snack on 1 or 2 dates in the evening, you might actually sleep more peacefully. However, I wouldn't recommend it because sugar before sleep is not good at all, so it's better to have them before 4 p.m. In Ayurvedic medicine, dates are considered to be harmonizing anyway. They are said to strengthen the body, mind, and soul. They are especially valued there in cases of exhaustion, also during convalescence, when people are recovering from an illness. And for people who need emotional stability, they are considered strengthening, restorative, and nourishing. And during pregnancy, that's when it gets especially interesting. In fact, a clinical study shows that women who regularly ate dates in the last weeks of pregnancy often had a shorter duration of labor and needed medical interventions less frequently. That's proven and quite impressive. Still, dates are not a free pass. The calorie content is high, and if you eat a handful of them every day, you could end up consuming quite a bit of sugar by the end of the day. And that's why my recommendation is enjoy a maximum of 1 to 2 pieces a day and do so mindfully, not as a mindless snack throughout the day. And if you like them, you can also use them as a great way to sweeten things. In smoothies, in energy bowls, in granola bars, or even combined with nuts. Date paste, which might also be a little insider tip, is a great alternative to other types of syrup. Because unlike date syrup, all the fiber is still present here. That way your blood sugar stays more stable too. And of course, it's also important to pay attention to quality. It's best to choose unsulfured organic dates, for example, the medjool variety. They are especially aromatic, juicy, and still contain many of the valuable nutrients. And as always, the less processed, the better for you and your body. My conclusion, if you like eating dates, then go ahead and treat yourself to 1 or 2 dates a day. They're definitely not just sugar and actually have real health potential. It always depends on the dose. In small amounts, they can be a smart part of a healthy diet. In large amounts, they become a sugar bomb. And as always, listen to your body. And if you feel full and satisfied after eating dates, then that's wonderful. If you then get cravings afterwards, maybe it's better to reach for something else. I hope you got a lot out of this today. If you know people who love dates or are thinking about replacing them, feel free to share this video with them. They will definitely thank you for it.